Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on a product that I've heard a lot about and I've heard a lot of good things about, and it's kind of gone around the YouTube world. So yeah, the product that I'm going to be doing a first impression on today is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Concealer. A lot of you have probably heard of it. It's been out for a while. It's a heavy duty concealer and it's drugstore. I think it's only about $6. You can get Hard Candy exclusively at Walmart, so it's pretty cheap. Also says that it works for hiding tattoos. So it comes with this little pencil that you're supposed to use on your tattoo with the concealer. So we're going to see how that works, and we're going to see how it works on our face. If you guys are wondering, I got mine in the shade Light, which is number 312. I'm going to wear it all day, and then I'm going to come back later on and see how it performed all day. If you guys like these types of videos, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. This will be my second one I think I've done. So yeah, I'm just going to zoom you guys in and we'll get started. So we're starting from base, bare minimum. I have nothing on my face right now. I am going to throw on a primer just because my skin in the wintertime, I feel like it really needs a primer because it does tend to get a little bit dry. So I'm going to be using the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer, and I'm just going to be putting that all over my face. Alright, so we're going to start with just putting it on our face. So it comes in this little tubey thing. It seems to be, like, that's a lot of product. I mean, in comparison to something like my Pro Longwear concealer, like, that's a lot of product that you get for $6 as opposed to, I think this is like $25. So I'm impressed with the amount of product that it comes with. Opening it up, it's in this little squeezy tube, which I don't hate when comparing like a pump and something that's like squeezable. Kind of like this more because you can like actually squeeze all the product out of it, whereas like a glass one you can't. You get down to the real bare minimum, you can like cut it open. I hate that about like MAC foundations and stuff like that. I'm like, there's still product in there, but I can't get it out. And you can see like today I swear today I just keep dropping everything. Okay, you can see today I have like a couple like little breakouts, and I have one here, so we're gonna see how it works to hide those as well. Okay, so it first came out like super runny, and I find with like most drugstore products, they usually they have that little bit of like oil in them, so I'm just gonna shake it up a bit. This is also the lightest shade that they had, so if this doesn't really match my skin, I can't really do much about it, but I mean, we'll still be able to see the coverage, etc. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit onto my fingertip. So far, it is thick, and I can feel that now, because with that much product with my Pro Longwear concealer, I usually tend to get more coverage under my eye, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means it's a thick concealer. So I would say that that's good. That's like one good layer, and just because I get so red on my eyes, like I always pull a little bit of concealer up there. Now that is pretty freaking good. Like I'm very like surprised with that. Like that is a crazy amount of coverage. I am a little worried about it creasing, that type of thing. Like, cause under here I always crease, but overall like that is pretty freaking amazing coverage, I would say. I'm trying to think if I want to do another layer. Let's do the other side, and then we'll come back and see. Look at that coverage, holy. Now, because this is a pretty yellow-based concealer, I did put it on prior to putting on my foundation. You guys know that my foundation is a really pink-based foundation. Very hard to find concealers that complement that, so I'm just going to be putting my foundation over top of it because the foundation that I have is the absolute perfect color for my skin. But you could totally put this on top of your foundation because it is very yellow-based. It would look kind of funny on top of my foundation. It's very blendable, which I really enjoy. Like, I can blend it out a lot, so that's really good. I'm just gonna go in and try to like cover up some dots around my nose and down here. And in and around my nose too. I already have like really red skin as it is. That's why finding a foundation for me was so hard. So it does cover up a lot of the redness really nicely. Like, oh my god, that works so good. Are you guys seeing this? Like, what the frick? Okay, so, I mean, it's already creasing. So that kind of sucks, but it isn't powdered yet, so I'm not gonna give up hope. I think one layer is good, to be honest with you. Should we test out two, like, just to see? I feel like we should. I also wanted to do it this way, where I put it on first, because it's hard to see concealer crazy well and how good it does cover up the imperfections when you already have foundation on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna throw some foundation on, throw a little bit of makeup contour on, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what it looks like with my foundation on. Okay, hey guys, what's up? I'm back. I just kind of started that as if this was a new video, but so I just put on a little bit of face makeup. Couple things I can say about it as I was applying it. You'll notice that I have this little like blemish here, and I want to say that it's not quick drying. Like when I went to put my foundation on over top of it and I was just jabbing on top of it, the concealer moved, so that kind of sucked, but I mean it seemed to stay in place like under my eyes, which is really good. So that's really just the one thing, and that was a pretty big blemish to cover up in general, so I feel like that's not like terrible of a thing. I set it with my Makeup Forever HD pressed powder. I just took it on like a flat brush under my eyes, and then I took it on a kabuki brush around my face. Didn't seem to move, seemed to be pretty okay. I'm pretty happy with it. My face looks really bright. Yeah, so I don't know, that's pretty good. I was worried about it creasing, so I'm just gonna take a quick look and see, since I've set it, how much creasing it's done. Okay, so it has creased. I'm gonna zoom you guys in on that. You can tell mostly under this eye, it's creased right there. And a little bit under this eye, but I mean, it's nothing crazy. I'm gonna touch that up just right now, just because I have, you know, done my face makeup and I was moving around a lot. So I'm gonna touch it up, and then I'm not gonna touch it up for the rest of the day, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's covered up really, really nicely, I think. We're just gonna take it now and see how long it lasts. So right now it is 12 o'clock noon, and I'm gonna come back probably when I take my makeup off. I'm thinking that's probably going to be around 8 o'clock. So 8 hours of wear I think is a good enough time to see, because that's like a regular day for most people. So yeah, we'll see how it holds up, and yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the tattoo portion of this, and I don't know what I think I'm just going to cover up one of these because it's so easy to do on camera. So like I said, Hard Candy concealer comes with this pencil too, as well as this. So on the box, we'll read the instructions. It says, to hide tattoos, you're supposed to line the edges of your tattoo with Glamoflauge concealer pencil, and then fill in the area with the pencil. Okay, so pretty much cover the entire thing with the pencil. I don't understand why they wouldn't just say that, but okay. Apply Glamoflauge concealer, this one, over the entire tattoo and the surrounding area, pat dry, and let concealer dry between layers. You may need 2 to 3 layers depending on color of tattoo. So this is black, so we're probably gonna need a couple. Use like a mattifying powder after. Okay, so let's go. Let's see if this works. So this is the pencil. It's pretty small, but I mean, I guess you're not really gonna be covering up your tattoos all the time. If you have tattoos, like, wouldn't you just, yeah, okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna, I guess, color around the tattoo. It's really creamy. That's a good sign. You can already see it's covering it up, but it's too dark, I think. Like, it needs to be lighter. That's like the worst thing sometimes about being so pale. It's very hard to find stuff sometimes that's light enough. Like, if I want a concealer that's like really brightening right here, most people use almost like a really pale color. Like, my foundation color is what people use to like highlight, right? Because it's so freaking pale. Shout out to all the pale girls out there. I feel your pain. I mean, that's the 5 done. Like, it's so orange, but we'll see. Okay, so that's as good as that's gonna get. I mean, that's pretty good, but clearly it's not the right color. Okay, so moving on to the heavy duty concealer, we will see. I got a little bit on my finger. looks pretty freaking good on camera. It's just hard because the light is so different. Like, when I have the light shining in my eyes, it's so hard to see, like, the difference. Looks pretty freaking good to me. Okay, I'm gonna let that layer dry, and then we're gonna do another layer just to see. On a side note, while we wait for this to dry, I've been listening to so much freaking, like, Hannah Montana lately, like, old school Miley Cyrus, and yeah, I can't really stop. I'm so impatient. Like, lately I'm just like, try. Okay, let's try. Let's do another coat. So it's covered up pretty nicely. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more, and then I'm gonna set it with some setting powder. I don't know all the lyrics. Shh. Okay, I think it's dry, maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to be using the same setting powder that I used on my face on the tattoo. So anyways, there it is. You can see my other tattoo right there if you want to see it in comparison. My overall feelings about this are, yeah, I mean, in person, I can still see a faint outlining of it, though this is a very dark tattoo. It is like straight black. It's not any color. It's not anything else. It still works, like, I mean, if you were to use it in a photo or something like that, but it doesn't have my 100% guarantee on it, to be honest with you. Give it a try. I mean, if you're looking for something that covers up tattoos and stuff like that, I hear that the Kat Von D one is amazing. A lot more pricey, so that's probably why it is very, very good. I love this stuff on my face, but obviously there's nothing that dark on my face that needs to be covered up, so yeah, I don't know, it works, but it's not crazy amazing. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go about my day, and a full 8 hours. I'll see you back here at 8 o'clock, and then we can check out how it stayed on my face. Hey guys, I'm back. It's actually 7:30 right now. Didn't quite make it to 8, but I thought, whatever, half an hour, might as well do it now. So I guess let's just take a look and see how it held up. Okay, so first thing, there's clearly creasing. I mean, you can tell specifically under this eye, and still some under this eye. There's some creasing. Also, just kind of like in this area, it seems to just maybe have like faded off a little bit. Yeah, like it's really, really nice on my skin right here, so that's good. Chin also seems really good. So I mean, overall, it looks pretty great. Like, it looks very similar to the way that it looked this morning. I would say the only thing is the creasing. I think the rest of like what's on my face is kind of like weathering throughout the day, which I expect. I never expect my makeup to look identical to the way I put it on in the morning. So yeah, I'm a little bummed about the creasing. It feels very dry to the touch. It doesn't feel oily. So yeah, I mean, overall, if you guys are looking for a pretty heavy duty concealer, I would 100% recommend checking out the Glamoflauge. I think it's kind of just a good thing to have in your makeup collection anyways, because it's something that is so cheap that if you just need to use a lot of it for any particular reason that you can afford to, like I said, for the value, it's amazing. So I mean, overall, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think it did its job. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about the products that I used or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!